You know what this guy's ranked?
Which one?
GK. Welcome everyone to South Kitsap High School. We're happy you could join us for this varsity wrestling match between the reigning state champion Wolves of South Kitsap and Graham Kapowsin. We're coming to you live this evening on SKTV, and if you'd like to watch it tonight in high def, just go to the school district website and click on the red tab and watch on YouTube. I'm Mason Strombach, a sophomore video student, and joining me in the booth tonight is SK staff member and former South wrestler Mike Shepard. So, Mr. Shepard, what kind of match can we expect tonight?
Well, this will be a fairly decent match. It's certainly not going to be South's best opponent of the year. South's ranked 13th in state right now, and Graham Kapowsin's not ranked at all. But they've got some pretty strong wrestlers. We've got 7 state-ranked wrestlers, 4 from South and 3 from Graham Kapowsin. And I expect the best match of the night is at 220. Ethan Fergoso is ranked 6th, and Chris Sparks from Graham Kapowsin is ranked 3rd. So heads up for that match. As far as the rest of the match, it should be entertaining to watch. I predict that the score is not going to be that close. South should win pretty handily. One highlight is Xavier Eagland is the only state champion returner of the night here. He's for the Wolves at 126, and he's wrestling a non-ranked opponent. So Xavier shouldn't have too hard of a time, I don't think.
Great information.
All right, the referee tonight is Mr. Doug Woods. He's been around for several years now. We're going to pause for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Throw it on down to the floor.
I pledge allegiance to the flag Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight for this special dual match. The seniors will come to the center. Our match this evening is officiated by Doug Wood. Thank you for being here tonight, Doug. We want to honor the coaching staffs, both from Graham Kapowsin and from South Kitsap. Graham Kapowsin head coach Scott Sturtz, assistant coach Kevin Ramp, and assistant coach Adam Romano. From South Kitsap, your head coach, Chad Nass, assistant coach, Connor Hartman, Les Hoyt, and Colby Fenton. We will start our wrestling at 106 pounds this evening, just like we should. All right, let's have Eric Morales from Graham Kapowsin and Gabe Kenyon, South Kitsap.
Seniors were the captains. All right, first match of the night, 106. This is like in the old days where they'd start at 106 and work all the way up to heavyweight. But here we go with Gabe Kenyon and Eric Morales. Referee blows the whistle. I wrestled that. It was actually smaller than that size at one time, and that was a long time ago. Seems like a long time for you, doesn't it, Mason?
A little bit.
What, 2 years ago? All right. Both wrestlers are kind of feeling each other out here, and Gabe looked like he was going to throw the head and arm. There it goes.
He's gonna maintain
All right,
the
Gabe, and it's going to be no takedown yet. Nobody's in control. Looks like Kenyon gave up the control, and now he's fighting for his life.
That's 12 points.
Morales got the 2 takedown. Kenyon's fighting to not get pinned. All right, the head and arm gone wrong. 3-point near fall, Morales. And they're up facing each other. Kenyon's going to get one escape.
It's going to be 5-1.
Down 5-1.
Morales has takedown.
Oh, there. Okay, it was successful this time for Kenyon. It was kind of improvised heading on.
Kenyon's getting a little bit high there.
Yeah, he is definitely high.
I can see Morales kind of sinking in a leg lock.
But 2-point takedown. It's going to be at least 3 more. Possibly the fall.
This might be it.
Possibly the fall.
That's a nice roll.
Morales has a pretty strong bridge going. There it is. Really close. Of course, you and I can't see from the top of the gym. 3-point near fall. So score it after the first round is Kenyon 6, Morales 5.
Morales looks very winded.
So we can tell from that choice that South Kitsap has choice in every odd match. 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, so on. Kenyon deferred and Morales chooses down. Right at the whistle, Morales sprung to his feet. Good job for Kenyon. Oh, throws the half Nelson in.
Is he going to be able to sink it?
There it is.
That was good.
Nice,
That was
tight
nice.
half Nelson.
Rolled the leg over a little bit.
But Morales is shooting the arm through. Yep, there it is.
Kenyon needs to get that knee under Morales' head.
I'd like to say I taught Kenyon that half Nelson, but I'm not claiming that. And he still reapplied that.
Yeah, that's a pin. Great pin from Gabe Kenyon.
Way to stick with it, Gabe. All right. So South Kitsap starts out first match. Team score 6-0.
Peyton Motter.
I remember wrestling with Peyton.
Yeah, 113-pound Peyton Moderate from South and Alex Brown from Graham Kapowsin. Should be a decent match.
Do you know if either of them are ranked?
No, neither one's ranked. Otter's a sophomore. I don't know.
No, Motter's a junior.
Is he a junior now? Wow,
Yep.
time's slipping by me. Motter's a junior. I don't know what Brown is. No control yet. Motter is going for it right in the 2-point takedown. Little
Really held on
turn
to
the
that
single high inside into a double leg.
Brown's trying to crawl out, bring him back into neutral.
Yeah, and you might notice something different if those of you that have watched wrestling for years and years is the out of bounds is a little bit expanded this year. In the past, if there was one supporting point of both wrestlers out of bounds and the ref would blow the whistle and the match would stop. But now only one supporting point of either of the two wrestlers needs to be in before they call it out of bounds. So it really expanded the wrestling area. So you can actually pin an opponent if they are completely out of bounds as long as the offensive wrestler has both of his supporting points in bounds. So kind of look for that, you veterans.
Come join us.
I believe that was an injury timeout.
Yeah, I couldn't see if it was blood time or injury. Motter jumped the gun a little bit there, got a caution. False start, they call it.
So Motter leads right now with 2 points from a takedown. Not gonna let Brown back up.
Working the wrist, and looks like he might be throwing the half Nelson.
Gonna try and sit out here. Now they're back to their feet. Oh, Peyton's gonna keep a lucky leg.
And as long as he crawls up on, yeah, that's good there.
good leg.
And out of
That'll be
bounds.
out.
Back to the middle, no change.
35 seconds left in the first round.
37 seconds left in the first round.
Otter's trying to throw an arm bar in. Just kind of riding strong right now. 2-on-1 wrist ride. And he's working that arm bar. Didn't get it. Nope, didn't get it. But
That was a nice cross face.
yeah. Good wrestler has 2, 3, or 4 moves all in mind at the same time in case one doesn't go. And the end of this first round.
Yeah, it seemed like longer.
Yeah, first round. Mater ahead 2-0. Brown deferred the choice, and Mater chooses down. Got right up and one escape. That didn't take but 3-4 seconds. Nice high
shot.
inside.
Beautiful
That was
shot.
a beautiful shot, yeah. 2-point takedown, Mater.
Modern now leads 5-0.
Graham Kapowsin's Brown, he's kind of struggling there. Mater is a tough kid. He is really strong for a 113-pounder.
I remember back when Mater and I used to wrestle, I was always like 20 pounds heavier than him, and he still whooped me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't afraid, was he?
No.
They're out of bounds. Mater should have tried to pull him in a little bit before he ran that. And Peyton's letting Brown up on his feet, giving him 1 point just so they can be neutral. Wrestlers do that when they're confident that they can get the 2-point takedown. That's pretty common. And a little bit of a fireman's carry there. 2-point takedown, Mater. A little less than a minute left in the second round. And Peyton's going to let him up again, give him 1. Trading 1 for 2 is always a good exchange.
Peyton's going to keep going and trying to get that leg. Nice shot. He can keep it.
Nope, out of bounds.
They're out.
Back to the center, neutral.
.30 seconds left here in the second round.
He likes that
He's really
high
loving the shot.
inside, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. There
He's
we
going to
go.
keep doing it. He's going to keep playing with Brown.
Yeah, Brown's going to get called for stalling if he doesn't watch it, because, well, he's working, though. He's doing all right.
If Peyton can get around here without going out.
And into the round. That means Brown has choice. He chooses down. Choosing down is a common choice for wrestlers. It gives them more chance for points. They can get escape, reversal, escape into a takedown, on and on. Whereas all the other positions, most you can get is 2. So that's why very commonly they choose the down position.
And Brown is trailing by about 5
Look
points
at
right
that.
now. So,
Mater is going to turn him
oh, that's a rough one.
and stacked him up pretty tight, pretty tight.
That is a tight stack. Brown's,
Yep.
he's
Mater
fighting. He's
is-
fighting defensively.
He's positioned absolutely perfectly there. Here we go again.
Water's going to go for another. He's really going to try and sink that in and drive. See right under there, he's grabbing that wrist. That's going to help him out a lot.
Yeah, you gotta make the other side of the opponent stationary so that he'll turn. 3-point near fall, Mater. Now 10-2. And keep in mind the 2 points, Mater just kind of gifted the opponent. There, he's got him turned again. Same arm bar. Hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Three more points near fall.
And that'll bring us to the end of the third round.
Into the match.
So Peyton is going to win 13-2.
Good match. Peyton Mater. 13-2.
Next up at 120.
So now South Kitsap leads 10-0.
All right, Noah Cortez from Graham Kapowsin. He's ranked 6th in the state right now. And Ashton Hoyt is a
Junior.
wow. He's a junior already.
Yep.
And so this ought to be a decent match. Hoyt, I've watched Hoyt for years wrestle. He loves the head and arm, some kind of a throw. So be watching for that. Oh, quick takedown for Cortez. Two-point.
You can see Cortez is working the legs a little bit. He's got Ashton's right leg locked up a little bit.
Looks like he's trying to get himself an arm bar, but oh, he's running the half Nelson. Wrist right on the other side. Okay, if Hoyt could work up to his base, get up to where he can do something. Being a little bit overpowered at the meantime here.
That was a mean crossface.
A little bit dirty, yeah. Yeah, he's that there is. Where he's using his head. You see that?
Yep.
All right, both wrestlers just trying their best to work something. And stalling on Ashton Hoyt. Just stall warning, no points.
Yeah, I don't know why I said points.
So Hoyt is back to the middle, down position. See if he can explode on the whistle here. That's what coach is telling him to do. Cortez, he's a strong kid. Turned him, getting some near fall points. Let's see how many points. 3 near fall, so into the first round. Cortez 5, Hoyt 0. Hoyt deferred the choice, and Cortez takes down.
Second round, Cortez up 5-0.
Good job breaking him down initially, and then 1 point Cortez. Escape, both on their feet. That was a nice shot right there, Cortez.
It was pretty nice. He's going to drive him.
And he's going to go right into the near
Suicide.
cradle.
Oh, that's a near cradle.
Yeah. And Hoyt's going to fight all he can.
He's really sinking that.
Remember, he's wrestling a 6th ranked wrestler here.
And Ashton's unranked, correct?
Yep. 3-point near fall to add to it. So now 11-0.
If Cortez makes it up to 15, that'll be a tech.
Tech fall, yeah, they got that mercy rule these days.
Lead by 15, they'll call it a match, and it's called a tech fall. How many points do you get for that? 6 or 3?
It's 5 points for the team, you mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
5 point. Major decision is 4. Regular decision is 3. Of course, a pin is 6. So team score is 10-0 because we had a pin and a major decision. Kind of more of the same. Hoyt's doing an awesome job of keeping out of that pin, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fighting.
Yeah.
Cortez is really sinking it, though.
See if he can hang on. There's 15 seconds left in the round.
Cortez is probably going to try and sink it a little bit deeper soon here.
I think he's just going to lay there myself. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round over. Still Cortez 11, Hoyt 0.
All right.
Oh, now 3 more near fall. Sorry about that. 14-0 now. And what? Hoyt chose top. Okay, interesting.
Well,
he thinks he's going to look for the turn.
Cortez gets out of this one, that'll be a tech fall.
Yeah, just an escape will end the match. Yeah. I have a feeling Cortez wants more than that. We'll see what happens here.
Might possibly try and get a reversal.
Yeah.
If he gets a reversal, will the match continue? Or will
No, because that's over 15. All right, Hoyt's doing a good job holding him to his own. Trying to get an arm bar in. Riding the hips. Just has to be careful that he doesn't sit on those hips too long or he'll get called for stalling and then the match will be over.
He's also got to be careful not to roll too far over in an arm bar.
Okay, Cortez made it up. And oops.
And that'll be
nothing
not
yet.
Quite.
Nice job, Hoyt.
He's keeping it.
Excellent recovery.
He's going to try and drive him. Maybe not.
Cortez got the reversal. The match doesn't end because he went right to his back. So he wants the pin. He doesn't want the tech fall.
If Hoyt escapes this, will it end?
We hope Hoyt gets out. Yep.
He's sinking that in. Cortez is pushing it. He's going to lift that leg up.
Oh, there it is.
That'll be the pin.
All right. Good match, though, Hoyt. Cortez wins, so the team score now, Wolves 10, Graham Kapowsin 6. We got us a match.
This is going to be a nice one.
All right, we
Xavier
got
Eaglin.
4th ranked in state, Xavier Eaglin, returning state champ.
Took first place as a freshman
Right.
in the MAC Classic.
That's never happened here at South Kitsap.
Wait, really?
Yep, that's the first one.
That's impressive. I think he did it in the 106 weight class.
Yep. So
Now he's 20 pounds up. Nice shot already.
2-point. Xavier. Takedown.
Xavier's older brother, Mason Eaglin, also took first place last year, and now his brother is attending Duke University for wrestling.
Yep. Pretty cool. We had a little tip there for a 2-point near fall for Eaglin. 4-0. What's Eaglin gonna do? Okay. Not sure how you pronounce Braden. It's Gorsivner. It's the best I can do. He's not too shabby for wrestling a ranked state wrestler. Out of bounds. Back to the middle. No change. Eaglin on top. Gorsivner on the bottom.
He's going to try a nice sit out there. Xavier's going to keep or maintain lock on that.
Yep, stepping through to try to turn Gorsivner. And he gets the half, and
Nelson.
There it is. Got him on his back.
He's getting fall points.
Oh, Gorsivner was able to shoot his arm through and get out. So a 2-point near fall is all on that one.
Xavier now leads 6-0.
Still working stuff on the top. Eaglin almost had a little tip going there, but Gorsivner's pretty slick, staying out of those. Up, had about a 1 count is all. If you're not aware, you need to get a 2 count. Oh, end of round 1. 2 count from the ref for a 2-point near fall, and a 5 count is 3-point near fall. Gorsivner deferred. Eaglin's going down on the choice.
Smart choice. Wonder how Gorsivner is going to do on top.
I predict not too well. Eaglin did a nice standing switch there.
He's going to keep that leg.
Stepped over. Should be, yeah, there's a takedown, 2 points. I'm sorry, reversal. And he's got the tip going. That's one of those moves you're probably not going to ever pin anybody with that, but it's a good way to score some points. And got 2 more near fall points. It's now 10-0. Out of bounds. Have you noticed how far outside the ring they wrestle now before they're out of bounds?
Yeah.
A lot different than even last year. Who jumped? Oh, he's calling the caution on Eaglin. All right, we got the cross face, and okay, nice. Trying for that 45-degree angle is what the shoulders need to be to score points. Didn't quite get it. There he is, ref counting 1, 2. There's 2 more near fall earned. We're up to 12-0.
I'd love to see Xavier put a suicide cradle in. That's not a very popular move.
I'm not a fan of those at all. Trying to work the wrist, or I thought he was going to, okay, he's going to arm bar, try to turn him. That Gorsivner is like Gumby down there. He's hard to turn. Holding his own. Eaglin's got that wrist really tight.
That's smart right there, stepping over. 10 seconds left here.
Yep. Second round almost over. There it is.
Well, let's see what the third round holds for us.
Eaglin's going to be down again. Gorsivner chooses up. Figures why choose down when all I'm going to do is fight down there for another minute and a half. Eaglin's right up.
And that'll be right out of bounds.
Drove out of bounds. No call from the ref. Nice. That was a kind of a unique reversal for Eaglin. And he's got him tipped. If he doesn't
14.
pin him, match is over. 16-0.
And that'll be a tech fall.
All right, tech fall, yep. 5 team points. Team score, 15-6. The Wolves. All right, we've got for the Wolves, Keel Slayback, and for Graham Kapowsin, Ryan Cox. Neither wrestler ranked in state. This ought to be a good match. Keel's got some shoulder issues, it looks like. He's got his shoulder all taped up. Right shoulder.
If he can keep that leg, he's going to look nice.
Neither wrestler able to gain control. Nice shot, nice sprawl on Cox's part there.
Nice sprawl for
Both
Keel.
wrestlers very aggressive.
Keel's going to snap that leg down.
Keel's got the bow and arrow going. 2-point takedown right there.
Keel's going to try and work for top points here.
Breaking him down. Pretty close to the edge, wrestling. And out of bounds. Referee calls. Back to the middle. Slayback on top, Cox in the down position. It's like Slayback's trying for the half on one side, wrist on the other, I think. There he goes. Got that arm bar sunk pretty deep. Ref's watching the... Oh, time ends first round. That signal by the ref was potentially dangerous. The shoulder started going the wrong direction. So he stopped it to so that Cox's season would not be ended by a shoulder thrown out. All right, anyway, second round. Who gets choice here? Slayback gets choice. He defers. Cox is going to choose. Kind of slow to choice. He's choosing down, all right. Yeah, back in my day, Mason, if we would have not been able to decide what position to take as a wrestler, we would have been in big trouble because we never looked at the coach and says, "What should I choose, coach?" But today it's pretty common. Almost all of them do that. All right. Coach McGuire would have not been happy if we did that.
Yeah, I remember Coach Brooks always wanted me to look at him.
Yeah. That's because we're a different day. Slayback breaking Cox down and working a move here. Hard to tell what he's trying to do here. You break your opponent down, you better be looking to turn him. Otherwise, you're stalling. Cox is going for it. He did 3 sit-outs, and none of them worked. There's Slayback's trying to draw him back.
He drives that forward a little bit. Oh, man.
Couldn't hang on. Okay, wrist ride. Got the arm bar in. Got it in nice and deep, actually. Uh-oh, what's this? We have an illegal arm bar, the ref says, on Slaybach. 1 point Cox for that illegal move. What he did was he took that shoulder and he went forward with it. It's okay to arm bar as long as you're driving him to the side, but he took it and tried to drive it right over his head, which is illegal. You could end a wrestler's career by doing that, so they're real careful about that. All right, what are we doing? Slaybach's got that arm bar again. Let's see if he can turn him this time. So you have the wrist in, yeah. I've refereed down there, and this is one of the hardest mats in the end of the second round. Hardest mats in the whole state to referee because it's black and they turn all the lights off around. You got the one light shining straight down and the mat's black, so it's really hard to see down there.
Wonder
all
if
right.
That's why they got more of the lights on in the gym.
Yeah, it might be. So Slaybach chose down on that. The score is 2-1, by the way, in case all of you at home didn't know. Slaybach's ahead just by 1 mere point. And out of bounds, back to the middle, no change. Slaybach needs to get up and away or get a reversal or go into a 5-point move would be nice. Cox has really good wrist control right now. So whoever controls the wrist wins, is the old saying. And he's out. 1 point Slaybach.
It's a nice escape.
3-1 now. Oh, nice double leg takedown.
And that'll be another takedown to put
That was a beauty.
5.
Escapes, took 1 step back, shot in, double leg, and he's got 2. Bam.
I don't know if Cox was expecting that one.
I think he fell asleep. All right, Slaybach is turning on the gas now.
Yep, he sunk that in really nice.
Boy, did that match turn around quick. Bam.
South Kitsap now leads 21-6 in team points.
Ethan Patmore, South Kitsap.
He's a pretty good wrestler.
Travis.
Ethan Patmore.
So this ought to be another good match. Neither wrestler ranked. Ethan Patmore. £138.
There's the whistle, and we're at it.
We're on our way.
Quick shot.
Patmore seems to be the aggressive one right now. Right off the bat. That's 2 tries. 3. Try a little duck under. And it looks like Rudolph.
That was beautiful.
Oh, nice.
He's going to bring him to his back
right
very
to
quickly.
His back.
First
that was
30
a 2-point
seconds.
takedown. Yeah, Rudolph made the mistake of trying to head and arm Patmore. And he's over. Nice position for a pin right there. He's got his weight just right.
He sinks that right shoulder down.
Losing a little bit of balance there, but hang on.
And that might even put him in a little bit better position.
Yeah, he's got the reverse half now, and it's stuck pretty deep. Oh,
Rudolph's pretty
nice
good
roll
at getting
for
out
Rudolph.
of that.
Nice. Gets out of it. 3-point near fall, Patmore. 1-point escape for Rudolph. Rudolph's been, when they're in neutral, I've noticed, he's pretty much walking backwards most of the time.
Looks like Pat Moore's going to kind of play with him here a little bit. Fake him to the ground.
Pat Moore is definitely the aggressor in the neutral position.
He's going to take
Took
a shot
another
here.
shot. Rudolph didn't learn the first time. He's trying to do a head and arm again. But, you know.
Ethan's going to get a nice shot.
Nice takedown.
10 seconds left.
Very nice. Right to his
He's going to hold that arm out.
Got the, well, he doesn't have anything now, but he did get a 2-point near fall.
That'll be the end of the first round for the 138.
That's a big score for one round, 9-1.
Ethan was really aggressive.
So Rudolph, deferred choice. Pat Moore chooses down. See what Pat Moore can do on the bottom. He hasn't been down there yet. Okay, not much going on yet. Rudolph's got the ankle right.
Rudolph does some work of his own here on top, trying to get some
Near ankle.
Pat Moore. Got that tight waist.
Tight waist, near ankle. That's about all I saw there.
Trying to get a handle somewhere.
Pat Moore needs to build a base and get up out of there. Easier said than done, right?
Correct.
Stalling on. Looks like he held up green. I thought the. So stalling on Rudolph. That's just a warning, no points. The reason he got called is because all he did was ride the hips. He was on those hips for at least 30 seconds.
Quick to
Pat
escape.
Moore's up on his feet, gets one.
One for the escape. Let's see what Pat Moore's going to do here. He's got a minute left to work anything.
Headgear came over Pat Moore's eyes. He's got to adjust here. So they're going to start in the neutral position. I don't know if we mentioned it's 10-1 Pat Moore. They're looking for wrist control. Nice duck under. And can't be a takedown till you take him down. There it is. 2-point takedown and turning him on his back. Oh, that is going to be a pin.
That's looking like a sink.
Unless Rudolph's
throwing his leg around
right here.
Rudolph was throwing Ethan's left leg around there, trying to make room for him to move his left arm out of there. Oh, but it's looking close if Ethan can sink Rudolph's right arm down there.
That's tight. Pat Moore just needs to drop his hips a little bit more, and it'll be
5 seconds left here.
Okay, nice roll. Nice roll through.
That was so close.
3-point near fall. Boy, we're 1 point away from another tech fall.
Wait, actually, oh yeah.
15-1.
Yeah, 1 more point.
The 1 point Rudolph got was because of an illegal arm bar.
It's gonna be. Seems like quite a bit of text tonight.
Oh, that's an interesting choice. Pat Moore goes down. Rudolph shows up. Well, all Pat Moore needs is an escape.
Or he can do what? Who was it?
And here he
Noah
goes.
Cortez did.
Oh, not yet. He's not quite away. Got a deep whizzer in. Out of bounds, nothing.
Maybe Pat Moore's trying to go for a pin.
That was so close. Ref was thinking about it, but Mr. Dugwood says, nah, make him wrestle some more.
It's
I
fun.
agree.
It's fun to watch. That'll be a
nice
quick roll.
Standing Granby right there. Wow. And here goes Pat Moore around. Nothing. Oh, he almost got into trouble, actually. Exposed his.
Trying to put him into a cradle here.
Yeah, that isn't going to work, I don't think. But Patmore kind of fighting for his life a little bit. We've gone almost a
Patmore
minute
needs.
with no score.
All Patmore needs at this point is an escape.
Up on
It's
his feet,
over.
and there's
and
one.
that'll be
Match
it.
over. A 1-point escape.
Good match.
Easing Patmore. That'll be 5 points to South's score. 26-6 now.
Yes, another tech fall. So
This is going to be a fun match.
Jacob Laws.
The 145-pound weight class. Jacob
For
Laws
the
and
Wolves, A.J.
Tonneson.
Tonneson for the Graham Kapowsin. I better not make any more predictions. So the Wolves has so far have 3 pins, 2 tech falls, and a major decision.
So you
26
see,
6.
how many matches have we already gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is our 7th match right here, which means after this we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches left to go. Both very aggressive.
Nice shot for Tonneson, and there's a
Not
yet,
quite.
nothing yet, nothing
Not quite.
yet.
Oh, nice leg.
Nice recovery, Jacob Laws.
That was very nice.
Laws ends up with the 2 points. I love those turnarounds. He's in
Tonneson.
trouble, and he turns it into his 2 points.
Tonneson just had that leg out there a little too far, and Jacob took advantage of
1
it.
point escape, Tonneson. Shot by Laws. Rejected by Tonneson. Pretty sure Jacob placed at state last year. I hate to be on the air and not know, but I'm pretty sure he placed at state. Forget what place, but all right, we're still neutral. Nice attempt at a double leg. There's another
And there's
attempt
another
at a
one
double
right
leg,
there,
and
and that'll
he
go.
succeeded. Takedown, Laws. And he's going to let him go, give him 1. That's when you know a wrestler's confident of his being on his feet. 20 seconds, he better work fast.
That'll go out of bounds.
Everybody's out of bounds on that one. Neutral. 21 seconds for both wrestlers to find some points here. Again, the
Laws
Wolves
will take a shot,
you got to come around and
bring it back into bounds.
there it is. Oh, is he giving him the
Not
2?
out of bounds yet.
Okay, nice.
That'll
Very
be
nice.
very close to out of bounds, but
Yeah, good thing we don't have slow motion. We don't want to look at that one again. All right, who has choice? Tonneson chooses down.
you know, Mike, something tells me we're not far away from having slow motion, though. And actually, I believe we do occasionally. It's like this little instant replay
Yeah,
feature they have.
It's not allowed to review like in football, though. All right,
Yeah.
Laws lets Tonneson up for 1. Oh, what happened just now? False start, or did you see? All right, we're going to start. Laws is in the optional starting position. He gives him 1. 6-3. Very
See
nice
our
shot.
people
Boy,
on
that
the
was
couch
a
here won the
deep
raffle.
shot on that. 2-point takedown right to his back on a tip.
Laws is also close to his back, though. Always want to be careful of
And
that.
did he get 3? Yeah, 3-point near fall.
It's crazy how sometimes you can actually pin yourself. Just depends
Yeah. Jacob Laws would never do that, though.
on
We're going for another, looked like, dang. Started out to be a cradle, but
I almost pinned myself in a match against Klahowya a couple years ago. Oh, man.
Okay, ref blows a whistle. Tonneson
Headgear off.
lost his headgear. Laws likes to be on his feet, so he's going to give Tonneson one more point. Start on his feet.
Laws
That
leading
makes it
11 and Tonneson 4. So who knows if this will end up into another tech. I mean, a minute 15 seconds and it's only the second round.
Yep, not even a minute in the second round. Both wrestlers.
Headgear off again.
I think Tonneson needs a different headgear, or
Just maybe.
something's wrong. The ref probably told him that. Come on, get this thing fixed. It happens sometimes. If you could see them rooting around, they're rooting each other's heads around pretty good.
Is there any, can you get any, like,
No.
fouls or anything for that?
No,
Too many times?
It's just faulty headgear. Not the ref, or it's not the wrestler's fault, so no penalty.
Laws is going to take a quick shot again right there.
Yep.
Really trying to work any points he can get.
Laws is trying, and there's a 2-point takedown. That was nice. Quick thinking there. And we went into that same exact tip. Laws has him on his back.
Right before the
Got 2
end
more
of the match
points
last round.
and 3 more near fall. 16-4. So, I mean, I'm not a math major, but, it looks like it's going to be a pin to me. Yeah, there it is.
Beautiful.
Pin. Nice job, Jacob Laws.
Next up at 152 pounds for Graham Kapowsin Eagles. For South Kitsap, Zach Perdue.
All right, Zach Perdue for the Wolves and Gabe Guzman, Graham Kapowsin. We're at 152 weight group here.
Zach is another one of our seniors here.
Yep. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but Zach was one of my middle school wrestlers. It seemed like yesterday, but where did time go? All right, a lot of you here in Port Orchard, in the area, South Kitsap area, are very familiar with the Perdue name. There's been a lot of Perdues go through the wrestling program.
Zach Perdue
Out
and
of bounds.
Isaac Perdue. Pretty sure the youngest generation of Perdues right now.
Yes. When I wrestled, I had Perdues on my team. Delmar. Several of them. Anyway, we're on our feet and no score yet. I notice a pattern here that all the South wrestlers seem to be driving forward, and the
Zach's
Graham
gonna try and
Kapowsin
work
wrestlers
something
are
here.
backing up. There's a 2-point takedown. To his back, maybe? Nope.
That'll go to stomach right there.
Went right to the wrist.
I think Perdue's going to possibly work in a half Nelson if he can get there.
Well, Guzman's got his elbows in pretty tight, so half Nelson's out of the question right now anyway. They're going to go out possibly. See how big the area is, though? Zach is completely out, yet they're still wrestling. I really like that rule they came up with. Still
And
going.
That'll be out.
Yeah, ref called it out. But.
30 seconds here.
May have been a little bit early.
All right, Guzman's down. Perdue up. 31 seconds.
Again, like Mike repeated or said earlier, down is pretty popular for when you're trying to gain back points. You know, Guzman's trailing by 2 right now. So escape points are going to help him.
Little tap. Didn't quite hit the 45 degree. It was
About
close.
5 seconds here.
Match is going to end 2-0. Or I mean, the round is going to end. I'm sorry. 2-0. Going in the second round. Choice goes to Purdue. Purdue says defer. He's going to let the other guy choose, and Guzman chooses down. Tight match. My opinion, Purdue dominated the first round, even though it was only 2-0. Purdue pretty well manhandled Guzman.
You know, I get the feeling that this match probably won't be a tech.
You never know. Things can turn around fast for the Wolves.
That's correct, especially with 6 matches after this one, actually.
The match just prior to this was a good example. See how fast that turned. We were thinking tech, and it turned into a pin. All right, still 2-0. Purdue's working those wrists, 2-on-1 right now. Now he's got both wrists, trying to work the half, not producing. Guzman's got his elbows in too tight. He just kind of trying not to get turned up. He got up on his feet. It's one of the few times Guzman's got up on his feet there. 58 seconds in the round. No score yet this round. Purdue's trying to figure out what to do to turn Guzman. Guzman's trying to figure out how to get back up on his feet again. One thing Purdue's got to be worried about is don't sit there on the hips for much longer than this. Okay, there, he's off to the side. He's good. If you sit on those hips for too long, the ref will call stalling. There, Guzman made it up. No, out of bounds.
Well, I mean, as it's looking right now, it's not a very high-scoring match, but it still doesn't mean that there's no room for a pin.
Purdue's looking to get an arm bar. Not happening.
Guzman's done pretty well of fighting everything, so.
Time runs out. Not 1 point that round. Purdue's going to choose down. Got a feeling we're going to see some points here.
Well, if Purdue can get a quick escape.
I got a good
That'll
feeling.
be a nice sit out right there, and that's a quick escape.
Reversal, how about?
Well, yeah, reversal.
Did the switch. I love to see that switch work. So now it's 4-0. Purdue's still dominating. Looking for a tilt here. No. Guzman's good at staying off his back, that's for sure. He just kind of laying there right now. Up, he got up on his base. There, we got some movement. Up on his feet. Purdue's trying to bring him back to the mat. And what's going to happen? Nope. And Purdue brought him back to the mat. All right, we're right back to that again. There's only 1 minute left. All Purdue has to do is remain active and not let Guzman score. Looking at that cradle, couldn't quite get that. Out of bounds.
Purdue 4-0. About 30 seconds left here in the third round, so.
Guzman's down still.
Hey,
I think 90% of the match, Guzman's been down, Purdue on top.
Yeah,
95%.
Match can turn around really quick. If he gets a quick reversal, then
you
get
can't
some air fall.
Can't count it as a win until the end of the third round. 15 seconds. We're pretty confident Purdue's going to hang on for another 7 seconds and get the win, 4-0. There's the
That'll
end of the
be
match.
it.
Yep.
So Zach Purdue is going to win tonight for the 152 weight class. And
I
told you that would be a good match.
Next up,
yeah.
160 pounds for Graham Kapowsin, Trevor Blankenship. And for South Kitsap,
all right, Jonas Adioga is wrestling for the Wolves, and Trevor Blankenship for Graham Kapowsin. We're at 160 weight group. Now, normally DeAndre Davis would be at this weight, but he's had a little injury problems. I think he's back, cleared to wrestle again, but he actually is ranked 5th in the state right now. But we don't get to watch DeAndre tonight. But next match, we'll be able to enjoy that.
Jonas is a senior, and it's a senior night, so I think they're letting all the seniors get as much varsity time as they can.
Yeah, that's an awesome gesture. I like that. Adioga went for the head and arm.
Still in.
No, he didn't even count that. It's not even a takedown yet. Anything? No takedown.
Well,
all right.
Just more to work for,
Up
I
on
guess.
their feet, neutral. All right, Jonas is again the aggressor. Very nice double leg takedown. 2 points. Adioga. Out of bounds, back to the center. Blankenship is down. Adioga is up.
Trying to get the reversal.
Jonas trying to get some back points, hanging on. Both wrestlers are kind of, you go either way on that position. There's a reversal, Blankenship. 2 points. Adioga got just a little bit. He's high on his weight and lost control of that one. He would get up, he's built up his base. See what Blankenship's gonna try here. He's just kind of got Jonas tied up right now.
We're getting really close to the edge, and this will be our first round.
All right. First round over. Score is 2-2. By the score, Mason, this has been the best match of the night right here.
Yeah, so far.
Good matchup.
Well, I mean, at least the closest.
Yeah. Jonas needs to build his base. Of course, Blankenship's gonna try to turn him with something. He just kind of tied him up right now. Looking for a power half right now. And Adioga is up, and he's gonna come. He's working for the back door. There we are. 2-point reversal. Nice. No back points, but he's hanging on to that. Well, never mind. They're out of bounds.
Well, Adioba is up at 4 now. So he's leading. About a minute 15 seconds on the clock. So he's starting on top as well. Let's see what he can get done. Adioba's going to try and put in a half
coming.
here.
Wrist. No. Blankenship. Good defense there against that. Adioba's got the wrist. Pulling it in. I don't know if he's thinking half or armbar or what. But there he goes with the half. Yep. Blankenship again. Nice defense. Jonas looking, well, he was looking at the cradle for a second.
Adioba up 4-2.
Both wrists right now for Adioba.
10 seconds
He
here.
let go and just trying to break him down. Yeah, second round is over. Choice goes to Blankenship. He chooses up. Interesting choice, being behind by 2. Leg ride for Blankenship. Adioba maintaining right now. Up on his base. Blankenship's trying to break him down and turn him with that power half. But Jonas is resisting, as he should. Okay, half Nelson failed. Adioba, I don't know if he's going to try to stand up or what here. Okay, we got a power half coming, and Adioba ends up with being in control here. There's a 2-point reversal.
Switch around, get the reversal. About 50 seconds here. Well, it's the third round. Let's see what he can get in there.
Yeah, 6-2 now, so there's a little bit more padding there. With only 30-something seconds left.
He's going to try and drive that half there.
You gotta love it. Jonas is gonna try to turn him here. All he has to do is hang on for the win, and he's trying to
bring him to his back here. 25 seconds.
Getting back
points. Can he
points.
get a pin here? Jonas can pull that arm over.
2-point near fall. Very nice. If he does that again, he could get a major decision, but there's only 10 seconds left.
Well, he might do it.
Here he goes.
And
he did it.
That'll be the pin with 2 seconds left.
Wow.
Oh, how nice. Oh, man.
Jonas Adioba gets the pin with 1.9 seconds left.
I wondered if he was just waiting for that one.
Sometimes better if I just be quiet. I was saying major decision, regular decision. That was a pin. Awesome.
Right, man. Now South leads 41-6 in team points.
41-6.
And well, our next match is going to be the 170 weight class. Matthew Burns from South versus Brian Chris from Graham Kapowsin.
I think we have another good match right here. Match up, that is. Matthew Burns is one of the strongest kids, strongest wrestlers that I have ever had the pleasure to coach. He only has,
beautiful shot right there.
Very few years of experience, but look at him go. Oh, no takedown. Out of bounds.
That's a crazy one right there. That was looking.
Good attempt for Matthew Burns.
Careful with those arms right there.
And we're looking for a throw. Here comes a throw.
That was looking like a throw.
Here it goes. Oh. You don't want to tie up with Matthew Burns like that. I'll just warn every wrestler in the state. Because Matthew is strong as strong can get. Out of bounds again. Both on their feet. No points. A little over a minute left.
Play with him here.
Nice double leg shot. And there's 2 points. And we're going to get back points. There goes the half. No, almost. That was a good,
Might go through a
good
bow
attempt.
and arrow here. Yep, there's a bow and arrow.
Matthew is working some
right here.
magic.
Matthew's being really aggressive here.
So he did get 2-point near fall on that. So it's 4-0.
He's going to try and bring that foot out from underneath Christ.
He's got the leg right. I think he's going to. Nope, okay. Whatever he was going to do, he's doing something different. All right, got the wrist control. Gonna run the. All right, Matthews just kind of riding the match on. All right, into the first round. Burns 4, Chris 0. Matthew deferred choice. He wants Graham Kapowsin to choose this round, so Chris chooses down. Wise choice. Chris is
really working to sit outs.
But Matthew caught him as he sat out. He's sucking him back.
He's going to dig that chin into the shoulder.
Didn't quite get the 4-inch from the mat criteria.
You could probably only imagine how painful it is when people drive that chin into the shoulder to kind of sink you down.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good.
That's
painful. A good legal weapon right there.
Yep, I think he's going to try and do it again. Oh, maybe not.
Okay, Matthew is sucking him back again.
He's going to use that chin.
Chris is pretty good at avoiding that, though. He's a strong kid, too.
About a minute to go here. Second round. Burns in control here.
Pretty nice pop out there. So Chris. Oh,
beautiful
and Matthew throws him.
And that'll go right to his back. He's getting near fall points here.
Definitely.
And it's getting close
Possible
to a
pin.
If Matthew can sink that
he's
left
letting
shoulder
that
down.
arm loose. Up, you want to catch that arm, but Chris was able to shoot it through and get out. 3-point near fall.
Well, there's about 30 seconds here left in the second round. I mean, I guess all we can do is see what Matthew's got. He's been really aggressive, leading 7-0. I'm kind of surprised it's only 7-0.
That was a nice little lateral throw Matthew threw on him. Perfect timing. Matthew's sucking him back. No, Chris is gonna get nothing, I guess. All right, out of bounds, right at the buzzer. Into the second round. Matthew chooses down, as he should. He's ahead 7-0. But why should he let Chris down to score points? He did the right thing. Up on his feet, we got the tripod going. Matthew's up on his feet, turning towards him. He's either going to go for one or throw him right to his back.
I think he might
one of
throw
the two.
him.
There he goes. Up. didn't work out. So maybe he'll get the 2-point reversal.
If he can get his head out of there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not quite there, but he's getting there.
He's going to work around a little bit.
Christ is hanging on to the head for dear life.
And he'll lose it.
2-point reversal.
I'll
Matthew
give
Burns.
Matthew a lead of 9 with about 1:15 left here in the third round.
Couldn't tell if Christ had the headlock without the arm in there, but I think he did. Doesn't matter. Matthew's got a 9-0 lead. And Chris just got a 2-point reversal. That was pretty slick. That was pretty slick. Matthew's thinking about his next move. What's he gonna do?
Well, he's got 30 seconds to do whatever he'd like.
That's potentially dangerous as soon as it happens when a wrestler's entire weight is supported by the other wrestler. He's up on his feet like that. So that's what the whistle was for. Potentially dangerous, no points. Just stop the match and start over. Matthew's working for the standing. There, he's up on his feet.
Let's see what he
Trying
can get
to
from
break
here.
the.
Maybe another throw.
Oh, back down. Chris did a good job there, bringing him right back to the mat.
Oh, Matthew's going to stay up. He can
All
get
right,
another
breaking
throw
the
in
lock
time.
and a 1-point escape. 10-2.
See what he can do here.
That is a major
And a good
decision.
sprawl.
10-2. So actually that escape meant the difference between 3 team points and 4 team points. So that was an important escape right there.
Graham Kapowsin, Chris Jennings from South Kitsap, currently ranked 6th in the state. Sophomore Logan Stafford.
Logan Stafford, he's a pretty good wrestler. He's rising up there pretty good.
Yes, he's one of our ranked. We've got 5 ranked wrestlers. He's one of them, ranked 6th in the state. Wrestling Chris Jennings, which I don't know too much about. We're in the 182-pound weight group. That was a nice takedown. 2 points for Stafford.
Got that arm bar.
Jennings is trying to get out of it, but
He's going to put something in
Stafford
really
has
gnarly
got him
here.
to his back.
Now
And it's a
very
pin.
quick pin. First 40
Alright.
seconds. First round.
39-second ball.
So, was that the fastest pin of the night?
Yeah,
Pretty sure it
easily.
was. Pretty sure. 39 seconds.
Wait, actually, I don't know. I think there might have been a pin in like 30.
Currently ranked 7th in the state.
Pretty sure that's the fastest. All right, another one of our ranked wrestlers, Logan McKinney, ranked 7th against Carlos Cortez, which again, I don't know much about Carlos Cortez. We'll watch him wrestle.
Go out on a limb here and guess that Noah Cortez, the 120-pounder, and Carlos Cortez are related, but who's to say?
Would make sense. Not necessarily. Logan's going right down into the near cradle.
Oh, beautiful.
Picked him up. Love it when you take a guy down right to the near cradle, and then Cortez gets one escape. No back points, evidently.
Cortez in on the leg again. Converts it to a double.
Logan McKinney's doing great of just like withstanding it here. What's he gonna bring here? He's gonna bring him around to his back, and Cortez is gonna be quick to bring him back to his knees.
Cortez shot a nice double leg shot.
He doesn't
there.
want to let it go. He's got it synced in pretty good. McKinney's just,
Okay.
well,
McKinney's got
Gets
too
leverage.
soon.
did just the right thing to Yeah, if a 195-pound person can sprawl back, it's almost impossible to hang on to. So McKinney, if he just kick his legs back, he's free. But out of bounds. Out of bounds. No chain.
Go back to the center.
McKinney's
On our feet.
still, they're neutral, yeah. McKinney ahead 2-1. Got that forward-facing headlock.
Cortez keeps getting that leg.
Well,
And McKinney gets 2 out of it.
That's 2.
here's the round. Here's first round right here.
Just in time, I'd say.
Quite possibly. Seems that McKinney held a lot of control that round.
Yes, I agree. It was. I thought Cortez did a fine job, though. It's only 2-1 or 4-1 now. So McKinney deferred, and Cortez chose top. Interesting choice when you're down 4-1. Evidently, he feels comfortable that he can turn McKinney to his back. McKinney's kind of taking a break. There he goes.
Nice
roll. And right to his back. This is going to be a pin, folks. There it is.
Yeah. Beautiful. Be quick into the second round.
So much
27
for
seconds.
close match there.
220 pounds. Should be a good match.
Good job, Logan McKinney.
I think this might be the best match of the night. Like you were saying earlier.
Yes, that was my prediction.
Ethan Fregoso, who's currently 6th ranked, and Chris Sparks, who is 3rd ranked. Ethan being from South Kitsap.
So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the match of the night.
2 returning state placers.
Well, I mean, let's see what happens here because a couple home matches ago, I commentated as well, and Ethan Fregoso held his own very well until the last couple seconds versus Curtis's #1 ranked.
Right.
At the time, actually, Ethan was ranked 3rd, so now seems that Sparks kind of has his spot.
Okay. Fregoso wants to wrestle in the middle of the mat. Good for him. So he's got a tough schedule wrestling all these state-ranked wrestlers.
Well, I mean, it's only going to make him better.
That's right.
And I know he's got some tough opponents in practice.
Nobody seems to be the aggressor yet, in my opinion. Fregoso is now. I changed my mind real quick.
So if Ethan wins this match, does that move him to 3rd?
Oh,
Or does he have to go through the tournament?
Yeah. There's a staff of I don't know how many people that decide who's ranked what, and
Does it kind of matter how many points they get?
they go by the record a little bit, but it's mostly an opinion.
It's been a little too long since I wrestled, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot.
It's mostly an opinion of a panel of people. All right, Fregoso's with 14 seconds left. See if either wrestler can do anything. So far, they're very tentative. Neither one wants to take a chance.
That'll be our first round here.
Okay. We have a new best match of the night, 0-0. Fregoso will choose. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sparks chose down. It was his choice. So Fregoso starts out on top. See what happens here. And Sparks got a very quick escape. 5-second escape. 1 point for the lead. Fregoso's trying to tie up. Sparks doesn't seem to want to. He's wanting to get that Russian, working the Russian move here. To no success. Yep, Sparks is again going for that same Russian. Whereas Fregoso is just trying to have control of the wrists and such. Yeah, when you're 220 pounds, it's really a hard decision. Do I shoot? Because when you shoot, you have 220 pounds land on top of you. So it's not always the best idea. So you don't see as many shots with the bigger wrestlers as you do with the
You might see
the
quite a bit
smaller
of throws,
kids.
though.
Throws and stuff like this.
Maybe like neck
They
snaps.
try to get a snap around or a duck under or a shuck by or a drag, arm drag, and that's what they're working on right now, both of them.
Yeah, I think Ethan's really looking for a duck under here, or any way to get around.
All right, and the second round's over. It's only 1-0. Sparks has the lead. Fregoso chooses down. Smart move.
Well, I think Fregoso's going to try and escape this one pretty quickly.
Escape or
That'll be beautiful. Oh, man.
that was a 4-second escape. So it's 1-1 now. Both wrestlers had no problem getting out from under the other one. So we have a minute and a half of who is going to get control of the other.
Yeah.
It's anybody's game. I can't guess.
It's a great close match.
Yeah, as it should be. Third
That'll be
ranked
brought
and
out.
sixth ranked in the state.
Well, with almost a minute here to go, I'm just on the edge of my seat.
The ref says stalling both wrestlers. Neither wrestler is working to advance, in other words. Double stall.
The suspense is getting really heavy and really real here, and Fregoso's in a bad spot. He's in a position to get thrown.
Not really. He's got that whizzer in pretty deep. Uh-oh. And Sparks gets the 2-point takedown with 30 seconds left. No back points yet, is there?
30 seconds to go.
I haven't seen the ref count yet, so, oh, there it goes. Okay, now he's in trouble, yep. Got a 3-point near fall and a pin. That was an excellent match. We
And we move to our final match of the evening.
last match,
185 pounds from Graham Kapowsin.
Mr. Cortland Laha for
11th in the state.
South Kitsap will be wrestling the 11th ranked Curtis Hill.
Senior Cortland Laha.
Is Cortland ranked?
No,
So Cortland's
Cortland.
a senior, and Curtis Hill's a freshman. He's ranked 11th. Cortland's
right,
unranked.
right. This will be an interesting match. Heavyweights.
This is the heaviest weight. It's also our last match of the night.
Starting out, the first thing and Cortland takes a shot.
It's a good sprawl.
Brave soul. But Hill is keeping him inbounds. And they're back to nothing, so good defense there. Well, it's a little slow. There is a nice shot for Cortland, and we're looking at two. No, not yet. Hill gets the two takedown. I want to let everybody know there's a tournament tomorrow here, the South Kitsap Invitational. There's going to be something like 8 or 16 teams. I'm not sure how many teams actually, but South Kitsap will have.
That's a large range.
Their full squad. Well, there's either 8-man or 16-man bracket, is why I said that. It's probably somewhere in between that. But all of South Kitsap's varsity will be here, and many of their JVs will be filling in as wrestling, where needed. So if you want to see all day of wrestling, come on in. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, probably goes until about 5 or 6 in the evening. Should be a good day. So Hill turned Cortland to his back, and the match is over. Nice job for Curtis Hill on that one.
Well, yeah, so it looks like...
All right, just to recap the match, Mason. South Kitsap wins the match 57-18. The 18 for Graham Kapowsin was all with pins. So 3 wins for Graham Kapowsin, 11 wins for South Kitsap. And all of the state-ranked wrestlers won their match tonight. No upsets. So go ahead, Mason.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us this South Kitsap High School varsity wrestling match. And we'd also like to thank the students of the video production program here at South who made this television program possible.
And again, the final team score, South Kitsap 57, Graham Kapowsin 18. So long, good evening from South Kitsap High School to all of you.